Alright, so I'm going to show how to replace the battery on this MacBook Pro. This is a 15-inch model A1398, mid 2014. So first what you want to do is remove all the screws from the bottom using a P5 or a pentalobe. I believe it's a 1.2. Alright, so just remove all these screws. Try and keep them in order. They are different size, shapes, and lengths. This goes for every screw you remove from computers or anywhere. It's always a good idea to try and put back the same screw in the spot where you took it out. The two screws back here are shorter, but again, try and put back the same screw where you found it. Okay. So the way I do this is I put them on my table in the layout that I'm removing them. So if it comes out in this rectangle shape, I just put them in that layout. It's also missing some screws here, it looks like. So yeah. Alright, so just remove all those. 4 back here, 2 on the sides, and then 4 more down here. Okay. Alright, just like that. Alright, after you got all those screws out, just get underneath here and then pull the cover up, just like this. Okay. It's pretty dusty under here, so I am going to clean up the dust. This liquidy stuff, I'm going to leave it, but the dust I'm going to clean off. Okay, so I'll be back. I'm going to use a toothbrush, just brush off the dust to loosen it up, and then use an air blower to blow it off. And I'll be back in a bit. Alright, I'm back. So I cleaned out most of the dust. Now it just has that liquid, dirty stuff that's stuck to it. Okay, so first thing you want to do is disconnect the battery. Or if you didn't already, make sure you shut down the computer, of course. Alright, so to disconnect the battery, underneath here, you'll see the connector sticking up. Let me see if I can show this. Okay, so what you do is you can use like a plastic pry tool. I just use my fingernails and pull that up just like this. Okay, then you have the battery disconnected. After you disconnect the battery, what you want to do is open up the computer, okay, just like this. Press and hold the power button for about 10 to 15 seconds. This will drain any power so you don't risk accidentally damaging something else on the board. Okay, so just hold it like this. Alright, after you do that, what you want to do is switch to a T5 screwdriver. This is a Torx 5-bit. Alright, and the easiest way to remove this, we're going to remove all these first. So remove these two from the 2 speakers here. Okay. Alright, again, keep the screws in order. You don't want to get them mixed up. Remove the 2 on this side as well. Just like that. Underneath this plastic, you'll want to lift it up. It does have some adhesive, so you have to peel it back slightly. Okay, and then once you peel it up, there's a screw under there. And there's a screw on the other side as well. So we're just going to remove both of those. Okay, same thing. Peel up this adhesive on this side a little bit. And then take that screw out as well. Okay, so there we go. Now this piece is a little bit loose. What we're going to have to do is scrape out underneath here. Some people use rubbing alcohol. You can use like a little tool and then get some rubbing alcohol underneath in between, but I don't really like that method. Oh, I'm getting someone messaging me, so I'll be back in a bit. Alright, sorry about that. Customer was here, so let's continue the process. Alright, so we remove the screws from the speakers and then the 2 screws here. So now what we're going to do is use a thin pry tool like this. Okay, some people use like cards or whatever, but this kind of tool works best. Alright, so what you got to do is you got to pull up the speaker here. So lift it up. And if you want, you can also clean off this piece here, this for the speaker. I think that's the air intake or something. So usually I'll get a brush and just clean that off. Okay. Alright, you can do that on both sides. Alright, just pull that up just like this. Alright, and brush that off. Alright, so now that we got this piece up, what you want to do is slide the tool underneath, okay, just like this, underneath the speaker, and then in between the battery and the palm rest. And then what you got to do is just force the tool under, just like this. and then go slide it down to the side and just continue doing this all the way down, okay? So just like that. On some models, some of them it's easier, some it's harder, but same idea. You just cut, we're basically cutting the adhesive. There's a foam layer in between, and we're just cutting that, okay? So just like that, all right? Once you cut that, as you can see, this whole pack kind of comes up. You don't want to just yank this out because it's attached down here to the other ones. So we actually have to cut all the adhesive for all the packs as we go. All right, once you cut this one, you can lift it up. You don't have to hold the speaker, do it underneath the speaker anymore. And then we have to slide the tool under these as well, okay? So just like this, okay. All right, and to be safe, if your battery is charged, you want to drain it completely, so that way if you accidentally puncture it, you're not going to get like a fire or anything. Usually it's not a problem, but if you're doing this and you're not sure what you're doing or you're not careful, then yeah, you'll want to drain the battery so you don't accidentally start a fire, okay? So just like this, going all the way down. This one you have to do kind of at an angle here because this post for the speaker is in the way, okay? And once you get most of it cut up, you can actually pry this corner up just by getting the tool underneath and then prying it up just like that, okay? So there you go. Here you can see the adhesive underneath. All right, we're gonna go around to the other side and do the same thing, okay? Lift it up, go underneath the speaker, and then push the pry tool under, okay? Just like this, all right? And then pull it up, slide the tool over, same thing, okay? Over, tool over, same thing, all right? There we go, all right, so we got that one. Lift the battery pack up, same thing, slide the tool under, just like that. Just like this. All right. I don't know how you would do this with a playing card or credit card or something, because if it's too thick, it's going to have a tough time getting under. But I don't know. Some people use different tools. Again, if you don't have any of that, you can try using rubbing alcohol. But this part up here, these middle packs, if you use rubbing alcohol, there's a good chance you can damage the trackpad. So that's why I don't like using that method. All right, so after you get those two up, you'll want to see, I'll show you under here. You can see there's this raised silver part, so you have to start with the tool slightly higher. So here you can get the tool in like that, and then you have to do the same thing. You do want to be careful when slicing through here that you don't want the tool to go up this way, because if you do that and you go into here, you can risk damaging the trackpad cables and stuff here. This little piece here is actually a trackpad cable that runs underneath. So what you want to do is you can like start here, but angle it slightly more towards the front of the MacBook so that you don't risk damaging that cable, okay? Just like this. Okay, and you can actually see the tool goes in between those two pieces. Okay, and just continue doing that, slicing all the way down, okay? All right. And just keep sliding the tool over. Okay, just like that. All right, just slide it over some more, and just repeat the process. Just like this. Okay, sorry my head's getting in the way, but you get the idea. It's easier to like have my head like straight over the computer, so trying to record this without my head in the way is kind of makes it more difficult. Alright, just keep going, cutting that adhesive. Alright, and then there's a little bit of, oops, okay, almost got that one all the way. There's a little bit of adhesive towards the end under here as well, so you will have to kind of get the tool under there as well. Okay, so we got that. Let's switch over to this side again. Alright. Sorry, my hair's getting in the way. Alright, just keep doing that, moving down. Just like this. Okay. I'm getting people calling and texting me, so it's kind of... I think I need a separate phone just for recording, or a separate camera. And then that way I can take my messages and calls while I'm doing this and just pause it easier. But there we go. Slide the tool underneath there. Make sure to cut that adhesive as well. Okay, so there we go. Once you cut everything up, then you should be able to lift this up. If you didn't cut all the way the adhesive up there, you might have to slide the tool around. But there we go. Lift this up. Try and lift all the packs up at the same time, just like this, and then pull it forward like that, and then lift it out. Alright, so here you can see underneath, you can see all the adhesive that's still stuck. We have to rip this off, otherwise the new battery is not going to stick well. Okay, so we're going to peel this off. I'm going to have to ask the customer if they just wanted to test it first, because they weren't 100% sure if it was a battery issue, since on their battery status it was showing the battery was fine, but it did have like over 1,000 charge cycles, and that's really high, so I'm pretty sure it has a battery issue. Though it was having problems like randomly shutting off. If it's not a battery issue, then it's a bad motherboard or logic board, and that's a expensive repair, so hopefully it's just the battery on this one. Anyways, we're gonna get all this adhesive off. Okay, if you want, you can skip this part of the video, but sometimes I talk through it and bring up random stuff. So, yeah. Alright. Okay. So, some of them, you can actually grab the adhesive and peel it off. Other ones, it kind of just, the adhesive is very brittle and it just tears to shreds, so we'll see with this one. It's kind of in between. But you get the point. We're basically just peeling off all this adhesive, okay? So it might end up going out of view of the camera. Hopefully I'll try and keep it in view. Oops, I dropped some of that adhesive in there. Okay. Yep, so basically just peeling up all this adhesive here. Just like this. You don't want to peel too fast or the adhesive will just tear. Okay. Again, some models the adhesive actually is designed to be like, it doesn't just peel up, it'll just tear to shreds. So if you have that model, yeah, you're just gonna have to slowly work at it and peel all of this up. Again, you can try using rubbing alcohol, it might help a little bit. Okay. Just like this. Okay, peel that up. Same thing with this. Alright. Alright, so this one's coming off pretty easily. It's not too bad. Okay. this. Alright, switch over to this side. Just continue peeling this. Again, I'm going to have to check with the customer if they want me to put the adhesive for the new battery, because if they're planning to just use this to test first, I might not want to stick it down yet. So yeah, because if I have to return the battery later and it's stuck down, then it's not going to work out right. So we're just going to try this. Okay. Alright, I've been doing a lot of these battery replacement videos on this model. So I think in the last month I've done like 3 or 4 now. Okay. Peel that off. Oops. Okay, I know this part's pretty boring. I'm just peeling up adhesive. Again, you can just fast forward, or you can like 2 times the video in case I say something that's important, though. It doesn't happen all the time. Okay. Oh, this one just tore. So usually this middle stuff, it's more brittle, but we'll see. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Again, it usually helps to do it slower. Oh, this adhesive is actually rolling off. That's good. So I can actually use my thumb and just roll the adhesive up like this. That works. Though sometimes if you do that, it peels your skin away from your fingernail, and then that's going to be painful. So keep that in mind if you're using this rolling method. I've had that happen on a few things before. Come on, adhesive, get out of there. Okay. Okay, once you roll up enough of it, you can grab it and just slowly peel it. There we go. Oh, this one peels up so easily. Look at that. Okay, just... Okay. Trying to roll off that adhesive. Alright. And if it's not clear enough on this one, again, I made a lot of these videos just recently, so you can search again the model number, battery replacement. I've done so many of these recently. So if you search It's Been Repaired or It's Been and just this model A1502 or A1398 battery replacement, you'll find it. You can also search the A13, I think it's A1398 or A1502, which is the 13-inch model. It's pretty much the same exact process. Some of them, the battery will be different because this one has a physical clicking button, and then on some of the newer models, they'll use like a motor, haptic feedback motor. And on those, there's actually not supposed to be a piece of plastic or sticker down there. Okay. Oh yeah, this model, the center part of this, the sticker it just tears up, so it's a lot more difficult to remove it. I need a tool that's kind of like my finger, but doesn't have the problem with it peeling away from my nail, because that really hurts if that happens. And then after that, it makes it hard to work on stuff for a while. So I'm just going to use this to kind of scrape it up, even though it leaves some residue on there. It doesn't need to be 100% removed because the adhesive is just there to kind of prevent the batteries from rattling around. And usually if you have like at least part of it sticking down, it's not going to rattle. So, okay. Alright, we're going to continue removing. These are the more difficult pieces of adhesive to remove, so I'm going to try and peel it and then peel it. Sometimes if you peel it really slowly, you get lucky and it will come off as one piece. Do it really slowly. Nope. Okay, I'm just going to try and roll it then. Rolling. going. Okay, there we go. Just continue slowly peeling. I can feel it peeling the skin away from my fingernail. I'm just going to try and peel it slower. There we go. You have to get it like at just the right speed, then it comes out nicely. There we go. Okay, let's roll this one up as well. Alright, let's try and grab it. There we go. Okay. My left hand can't roll it as well as my right thumb. Well, either way, this one's all torn up, so I don't think it's going to work. I'm just going to scrape it up. Yeah, I'm slowly peeling the skin away from underneath my nail. That's going to hurt. Okay, I'm just going to scrape it all out. The other option is once you get this piece out, if you want to make it easy to peel all this stuff up or to get this off, you can actually peel this metal plate off. So this metal plate has the underneath, you'll get to the trackpad screws, so you can actually lift this metal plate up. It's a little bit difficult to get underneath, but when you peel that off, you can actually soak this whole thing in rubbing alcohol, and that would make it easier. But you'll also lose the adhesive that's on the other side, so I'm just going to do it this way. Okay. There we go. I'm scraping up the metal plate a little bit. There we go. Last piece. If you can, try and do it all in one piece. It's just makes it so much easier, but uh-oh. Come on. Got most of it. There we go. Just peel it slowly. There we go. Alright, so we got all of that out. Now what you do, you just get the replacement battery. Okay. So let's see here. Usually the replacement battery will come like this. Sometimes it'll have like blue here, which lets you release this bottom piece easily. So this one they put a different type of adhesive. But what you do is you peel off the bottom layer, and then you gotta line this up just right and drop it into place. The top adhesive keeps the battery pack aligned so it doesn't move around. And then since this one I'm gonna just do for testing, I'm gonna leave this plastic on here for now, and we're gonna actually attach the battery first. Okay, so I'm gonna attach the battery here, just line it up. Usually I line up the top edge first like this, and then once I got that, push it down. Okay, make sure it's clipped in all the way. Okay, this one, since it's like this, usually you want to put the bottom piece in first, but I'm going to use this to kind of help guide the, actually let me take this back out and then do it that way. Okay, let's pop this battery back out. Oh, it's stuck pretty strong. Okay, let's go here, pop that out. Okay, So let's put the bottom piece in first. All right, and then you want to get these screws in. You also want to put back, I'm going to put back the speaker screws first. Okay, yeah, usually you don't want to leave this tape on here. Okay. And this model, it has this, so it will work with the models with the haptic feedback motor and the models without it. So this one they designed to work with more models. Okay, so get in all those screws. And once you have all of this installed, you actually want to peel this top layer of plastic and peel it off. But since I'm just doing this for testing, I'm going to leave all that plastic there. I'm going to see what the customer wants to do, and then I'll do that. But this is basically all you got to do. Put back the screw here. Okay, you want to put it loosely because you want to make sure you can get both lined up first. Okay, get the other one in. Alright, and tighten it down. Just like that. Don't want to over tighten this because you don't want to crack the board that it's on. Okay, just like that. Alright, so now this connector, a lot of times this cable is too long, so you kind of have to wiggle it around and bend it. Okay, and then you want to get the top piece in first. Again, line up the top edge corners just like that, and then push it in place. And there you go. After you removed all that adhesive, so just pretend I did that. I didn't do it again because I'm just testing it for the customer. Then you want to close this up, put back all the bottom screws, and you're good to go. So hopefully this video helped you guys. If it did, like and subscribe. Help others find my videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.